Oh, look, superstar Ian's already hit record. So efficient, so efficient. Right. Okay. Well, I'll hand over to you, Carolyn, and yeah, away you go.
Thank you very much, Alison. Good afternoon, everyone. And Alison, thank you for the invitation to speak today. It's much appreciated. Most people know me, but I will do the formalities. Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me again. My name is Carolyn Hobbs, and I'm Queen of Cards. My business is Carolyn's Card Box. In my presentation, I hope to show how powerful greeting cards, colouring in, writing your thoughts down are for general mental health and well-being. So how can all these help, one asks? Well, and this is why a card can help. So what is a card? Fundamentally, it's a folded bit of cardboard with an image on the front, sometimes with words inside, and sometimes it's blank for your own words. And this is just a tiny list of what a card can be used for. So it can be, I'm sorry, or I love you, or happy birthday, that which is the general thought of everybody, as is happy anniversary, and sympathy cards. So those three are the main cards that one would send cards for. But I'm proud of you. You know, somebody that is perhaps not so good with their self-esteem, and they've done something that you've noticed. Maybe they've done something on Facebook that's brilliant, and so pop a card in the post and just say those words. It doesn't need to be any more than that. Or I miss you. You know, you can live far away from somebody. You can chat with them, but telling somebody and receiving a card through the post, it makes a memory for the person that receives the card, which is important for them. They're able to pick the card up and say, oh, well, yes, I was missed. You know, and it's the same. I'm thinking of you. It's exactly the same. It's a memory for that person, but also to know that somebody is thinking of them, which is important, especially when people are perhaps low on self-esteem. They're struggling with their mental health. They're struggling with their well-being. All this helps with, you know, you don't have to post it. You could drop it through the letterbox if you live nearby. But it all helps, and it just lifts people's spirits. So this card here, you know, it's a dog looking out to sea, but it's nature. But it's a peaceful card, and you know, something that perhaps somebody would like to receive. You can use any card really, but I think, you know, if you have a good image on a card, that helps with the memory and linking it with the person that sent the card. Sending thoughts to you. Well, this card could be used as sending thoughts to you because somebody perhaps has passed away, or sending thoughts to you because I'm thinking about you. You know, I hope you're doing okay. There are several cards that can be used for all sorts of different situations, and I think not enough people actually use a card. They just use it for one particular can't think of the word. Anyway, so that's another one. But how about writing a letter to somebody on some nice writing paper? You know, putting down what they think about the person. Doesn't have to be reams. It can be just one side. You know, put down what you think about the person. This is just food for thought. You know, it might trigger, oh yes, I know somebody that's been struggling or whatever. So this might trigger something, you know, for you to do. Now, I belong to an initiative, it's a mental health collective, and it's something that I've been involved with, and anybody can be involved with it. And it's online, so it's an organization. They're a voluntary organization. They ask for donations, and I send in a donation once a year. Not a great deal. It's enough to sort of help things and help them run things. And what they do so we've got spring coming up. So spring, summer, autumn, winter, and it's all about sending cards to people you don't know. And this collective, they are the middle person. So nobody's details are passed on to anybody else, and everybody's written to by their Christian name. No surnames are known. And so you can write a card, you can send a poem, you can send a bag of tea, a tea bag. In the past, I've been sent a tea bag. I've been sent some stuff, some facial stuff. I've been sent a box to make some brownies. You can send anything you like to the person that you're connecting with. So what happens is you register, and then there's a certain time element where you register for it. And then once the registration date is closed, you would then be sent the details of the person that you would be sending your card to, or whatever you want to send the person. And that's sent, and you then have a time span where you have to send the card or whatever you're sending, send it by. And it's just lifting people's spirits. It's connecting with people that perhaps are on their own, and it's doing some good for those people. Here is the other part of the details of the collective, and they are on Facebook. So it's facebook.com/Mental Health Collective UK. They are also on Instagram. If anybody wants to follow them or register. They have a website, and I think the website details are on the Facebook page, so you can always register for that. And you could send the card again, just a little note to say. It doesn't need to say a lot, just the people to know that you're thinking about them. It's a hug in the post, sending a card to people, whether they're unwell, whether they're just feeling a bit low. A few years ago, I noticed one of my customers, and she was going through a bit of a tough time. And because she was one of my customers, I knew her address. And so obviously that address wasn't shared with anybody. And I popped a card in the post. She rang me up the day that she received the card, burst into tears. You shouldn't have done that. I said, yes, I should, because I wanted to show you support. And they were happy tears because she'd received a card, which she loves doing. Loves that happening. So I would always say, if you're sending somebody a card that you know that they're a bit delicate, things aren't as good as they could be for them, always send a card with nature on it, and something that is attractive. It's nice to look at, and a lot of people I know that I've heard with the collective that they've actually framed their cards and put them on the wall as a memory, because you can always take them out and have a look, and just read the words that are in the card, that person thought about me. Again, this one I always liked. It's an old card that was in the previous company that I used to get my stock from. Send somebody a sparkle. It's just sending somebody something that they can have as a memory. Writing notes and thoughts for your well-being and mental health is a very good way of, once you put something on paper, it gets it out of your head. So sometimes in the past, I've heard people say, I'm really struggling, and okay, why don't you write everything down? Doesn't matter how it comes out, write it down. And if you don't want to remember it, as in putting it in a notebook perhaps, write it down and then burn it and have a little ceremony. If it's negative stuff that they are thinking, keep going over, write it all down, get it on paper. And if you really do not like what it has come out, just have a little ceremony and burn it, and those negative thoughts are gone. So perhaps a notebook, or make up some bits of paper and clip them together and write it down. These are some of one of the stars and notebooks that I have. Just get the thoughts down on paper is always helpful. Colouring in takes you on to something else, takes you away from your thoughts and thinking about something else, colouring in something that is doesn't have to be intricate, it doesn't have to be huge. It could be colouring in, or it could be painting. You could paint something. But I've heard a lot of people say that colouring in has helped them greatly in their thought process, and for things that they're struggling with their mental health. So again, I've had products that I have sent to people in this collective for them to colour in, and this is one of the tablecloths, which is a bit of fun. There's lots, as you can see, in there to colouring in. It would take a long time for somebody to colour in and just go off and not think about anything else other than just the colouring in. And I think an important element of helping clear your head. So that is me, short and sweet. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you again for inviting me. And that's my presentation. Thank you.